So welcome to all of you in video based IT training. In this video I'm going to demonstrate about dynamic NAT. In my previous video I have explained you about the NAT, what is NAT, private IP series, how we can configure and different type of NAT like static NAT, dynamic NAT and PAT. So in this video I'm going to configure and explain about the static NAT. So as I told in the static NAT basically one-to-one translation, but in dynamic NAT it is many-to-many translation. Means we have to use multiple public IP for the translation with multiple private IP. In static IP we do one-to-one translation, but in dynamic NAT we will choose let's come back here on this topology. Here is a multiple IP inside local IP, and we will create a pool, a group of multiple public IP. So multiple IP, public IP will be used for multiple private IP series, that is the inside local address. So I have told you static NAT is mainly configured on the server side configuration, where we have a lot of servers and I want to protect my server for security reason and want to hide my internal IP series from the outside. In that case I use the static configuration, but dynamic NAT is used at the client end, where multiple users need to access the internet or want to do some remote access, want to connect their remote sites, can be anything. So it's not a hard and fast rule, but always prefer to static NAT to configure on the server side. Okay. So few things that I want to explain more. Suppose I have two public IP here and I have multiple users here, can be suppose 100 users inside my company. They all want to access the internet. So naturally to go to the internet they need to use a public IP here. So what happened, the very first and basic rule of NAT, dynamic NAT, first come and first serve basis. What does it mean? First come, first serve basis. Suppose for example I have taken how much? Take the 2 IP. I have the I purchased the 2 public IP and I have 100 servers here, 100 machines here, client machine who want to access the internet. So first come first serve basis, I have 2 IP address only. So first machine come, it will get one IP from the pool. Second machine come, send a request to access the internet. This machine also get the second IP. Now if the third machine want to access the internet, want to go outside world, it have to wait until unless one of the IP become free out of this pool. Until this don't become free, this machine have to wait. Okay, I will show you practically that also when I go for the practical configuration. So basic of the dynamic NAT is clear. So how we can configure that? Basic syntax of, I think spelling mistake, dynamic, it's a dynamic. Okay, wait. So in the static NAT we just configure this command IP NAT inside source static and private to public IP. But in case of dynamic we have to do little more. First we need to create a list, a standard access list. You can see here access list 10, permit, which IP series I want to permit. Which IP series I want to permit. Then IPNAT pool is a standardized command, standardized syntax. Here we can give any name. Here I can give any name. Means pool name, a group of IP range. So here you can see inside global IP range. Suppose I have purchased two IP like 200.10.10.1 to 2, and after that it's subnet mask. So I have the inside source also, I have the outside source also, inside local IP and global inside global IP series. Now I need to bind them together with the command IPNAT inside source. What is the inside source? This list I have created here. Access list 10. So source, internal source is list. Suppose here is the 10. And what is the outside source? That is the pool, and here is the pool name that I have given here, net mind name given here. So if you recognize, if you remember the previous video, this syntax is nearly same. IPNAT inside source. In case of static, here is the static. Let's come back there. Just to revise you, IPNAT inside source static. Here I use the static word, and inside resource and then outside resource. Same thing here also. You can see IPNAT inside source rather than IP of inside local address. I have given the inside sources list name inside local IPs, that is permitting to go outside, and then the pool outside global address, that is the name netmind here. Okay, so clear to you? Now come to the practical session. The same, I have done a little changes here. Suppose I am going to configure 10 IP here, and I want to reserve 2 IP for the translation. I am using just 2 IP. Here can be the range that you purchase from the ISP to communicate over the internet. Let's check first this IP. Have I changed the IP or not? I'm going to change this IP. Enable show running. Yeah, IP has been changed here. I've already changed this IP to 10. In the previous video it was 2 IP, but now I want to assign this range for the translation. So that's why I changed this IP. So in the previous video I have 2 machines, but in this practical I have add one more machine here with the IP 192.168.10.103 192.168.10.103 102 or 3. Okay, well, I don't remember what IP I have given. Let me check back again. 3. So it's 101 100 1.103, and this one 101. Yeah, leave it 103, no problem. Let's start the translation now. Remain all the configuration I have done in my previous video. You can see the basic configuration from the config. So first I need to create an access list. Suppose I am given the number 10. Then permit, please watch the access list video series. If you have any doubt in this case, so you can go back. Also coming here in the suggested video, so you can see the access list video series to make it more clear. So you can see here access list like 192.168.1 series 0, and then wildcard 0.0.0.255. Oh, something wrong. Oh, this is the problem here. I don't put dot here. Okay, so I have created access list here. Now I want to create pool, IP NAT pool. Give any name, like I am giving to give netmind. You can give any name, whatever you want. Now it is asking for the start IP. that IP I have purchased from the ISP. So suppose I have purchased two IP only, 200.10.10.1, and then it will ask for the end IP. What is the last IP of your series? 200.10.10.2. I just purchased two IP, and then it will ask for the net mask. Suppose it's a 2 IP only, so I can give the subnet mask of 255.255.255.252. Otherwise this net mask will be assigned to you by the provider. So now I have created external pool also and internal access list also. So now I need to bind both of these, IP NAT inside source. What can be the source? Either can be the static if I am going to configure the static that I have done in my last practical, but in this video I am going to explain you about the dynamic. So here I have to use the word list. The list I have created here is the access list 10. List 10. Then it will ask for the specific interface, or I have created the pool. What the name I have given here, NAT mind. Done. Show running. So basic translation has been done here. IP NAT pool, and you can see one translation here, and this is the IP NAT inside source list 10 and pool net binding. We have done the binding of both outside pool and inside pool. So next thing I have to do the same identify static routing also to define internal interface, inside interface or outside interface. Config. So which particular interface is connected to inside? Fast Ethernet 0x0 and serial 1x0 is connected to the outside one. 0x0. Interface Fast Ethernet 0/0 IP NAT inside. It is connected to my inside world. Exit and interface serial 1/0 IP NAT outside. Okay, clear? I think you remember it. I have done the same in the previous videos. So I think basic thing has been done. Now need to time to need the verified. So before starting, I will start debugging here. Debug IP NAT, and on another router, because I'm going to check the ping command, debug IP ICMP. Now check it. We bring it up. Come to this router. I'll keep both on. Okay. So I will going to ping this interface 10.10.10 200.10.10.10. I'll keep both live. Ping 200.10.10.10. Now you can see here I have assigned the two IP. So first IP has been assigned out of the global pool. So if I go to second machine, ping 200.10.10.10. Now you can again see here in the debugging, second IP of the pool has been assigned here. So two IP has been consumed. Now if the third machine try to ping and we don't have a spare IP in the pool, so what happened? 10.10 not able to ping. Why? Because all the two IP has been consumed. So this machine, that is the first come first services. So now this machine have to wait to become any one of the IP out of the pool to be free. Let's wait some time. In the meantime, check here. It's getting. Destination is this one. You can see here destination is going back safe, and it's replying here. It's about 201 that has been translated, and here check any of the IP capping on 3. Yeah, it's expiring the IP. Now check it again here. Yes, we're able to ping. Now you can see here 3 machine got the IP from the pool of 1 because this IP was free now. So this is the basic thing. So in this way, dynamic NAT always work on first come first. Services show IP NAT translation. You can see here one IP with 103. Now right now it's working. Let's start from here also. You can see here now 2 IP has been assigned to 101 machine. So in this way, one of the session expire, new session start if any other machine requesting for the IP from a pool. So in this way, many to many communication rather than using a single IP for single machine. Right now I am using multiple machine with the multiple IP, public IP. Okay, so hope this video is informative for you. If still you have any doubt, please write me in the comment. Thank you very much.